Let's Get Talking. Using black as distinct from African doesn't make sense. Right now, I'm showing you, uh, you can just read the name because I could say the name, but I don't want to have it where I'm piggybacking or getting clout from somebody else's name. So I won't say the name, but you can read the name and feel free to go to their YouTube page and listen to their videos. Anyways, this person makes a distinction between Africans, this person here, and this is their handle. They make a distinction between black people and Americans and Africans, and seem to like to disparage black people. Now this person is from the country known as the Gambia, which here I will show you. The demographics of the Gambia are that the largest group of people are the Mandinka, followed by the Fula, then the Wolof, then the Jola, then the Serahuli, and there are other groups, and there are a few non-African groups. Most of the people are Muslim. The next highest group are Christians, and then there are indigenous beliefs. Okay, now going here, this is a runaway slave advertisement. Or it will be. Okay, so it says slavery adverts 250. At slave adverts 250, this is from someone's Twitter. It says colonial newspapers contributed to the perpetuation of slavery. Advertised 250 years ago today. Runaway, a likely new Negro fellow of the Mundingo country, landed in the country only 3 days before his escape. Or I should read it more like landed in the country only 3 days before his escape. Virginia Gazette, Purdy and Dixon, 6/23/1768. So June 23rd of 1768. Run away from the subscribers. This is the original. Run away from the subscribers in Suffolk about the end of May last. A likely meaning what they is an old way of saying attractive, likely new Negro fellow of the Mundingo country, about 5 feet 7 inches high and appears to be about 25 years of age. As he was only landed in the country 3 days before his elopement, he could therefore have no particular route to prosecute, nor can he speak English sufficient to give any account of himself. Whoever will bring the said Negro or give any intelligence of him so as he may be had shall something something reward besides what the law allows. Gibson and Grand something. But the interesting thing is more than likely the person who makes those videos is probably a Mandinka or Mandingo himself. Now, going over here, a vocabulary of the Mandingo language as spoken in the whatever Let's see what happened. Well, I'll before I click on that, it says here that the word for black is pheno. A black thing is FEMA. A black man is Fatafino. Keep that in mind. And we would see the title of the book about this book. Okay, so here's the full title: A Vocabulary of the Mandingo Language as Spoken in the Gambia with Appendices by Emilius Hopkinson. This is from 1911. So now we have this. Hold on a minute. Type this in. And we have someone asked from Lipstick Alley, the uh, social media forum, in your native African language, how can you say quote unquote Africa? May 20th, 2022. I am aware that in the Malinke slash Mandinka, you can say Farafina slash Fatafina, which translates to land of the dark skinned people. Let's see. Anything else you can find on this? But here it is. Fatafina, Black Continent, Africa. So if Africa is the Black Continent, it doesn't make sense to try to use black as if it means something different from Africa. Farafina, so even things Farafina African International Restaurant. Farafina is a music and dance group from Burkina Faso established in 1978. The 8-member group is Burkina Faso's best known musical group. Farafina Khan means the sound of Africa. So it's a Mandinka word that has to do with blackness. Katuba Farafina, yay, Africa blessing. I don't know how to pronounce this correctly exactly, but that's what it means. It has to do with blackness. Okay. Going over, close, go over way before I do that. Let's go into the definition of black. So this is coming from Webster's Dictionary, 1913. Now you have one meaning destitute of light or incapable of reflecting it, of the color of soot or coal, of the darkest or very dark color, the opposite of white, characterized by such a color as black cloth, black hair or eyes. 2. In a less literal sense, enveloped or shrouded in darkness, very dark or gloomy as a black night, the heavens black with clouds. Dismal, gloomy, or forbidding, like darkness, destitute of moral light or goodness. Maybe that's why, I don't know, maybe that's why you have some Africans who might, if they want to, should I say, pun intended, throw shade against their their African American or African diasporan cousins. Maybe they are meaning some of them, meaning black in the sense of 3, or 4, expressing menace or discontent, threatening, sullen, foreboding as to regard one with black looks. Going down. The English statute 9, George 1st, which makes it a felony to appear armed in any park or warren, etc., or to hunt or steal deer, etc., with the face blackened or disguised. Subsequent acts inflicting heavy penalties for malicious injuries to cattle and machinery have been called black acts. Going down, going down, going down. Blah, 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 blah. A list of blacklist, a list of persons who for some reason thought deserving of censure or punishment, especially a list of persons stigmatized as insolvent or untrustworthy, made for the protection of tradesmen and employers. See blacklist. Going down further, going down further, going down further. Adverb, sullenly, threateningly, maliciously, so as to produce blackness. Noun, that which is destitute of light or whiteness, the darkest of color, or rather destitution of all color, as a cloth has a good black. So it's interesting that people who have been called black have also been called colored if black is destitution, meaning not lack of all color. A Negro, third, we have a Negro, a person whose skin is of a black color or shaded with black, especially a member or descendant of certain African races. So they're not separating being black from being African. Going all the way down. Then they have black. This is from the WordNet dictionary. Black, a person with dark skin who comes from Africa or whose ancestors came from Africa. Synonyms: black person, blackamoor, Negro, and Negroid. Then it goes down again to it says black, of or belonging to a racial group having dark skin, especially of sub-Saharan African origin. A great people, a black people, injected new meaning and dignity into the veins of civilization. Martin Luther King Jr. Anything else about black? So, various other words. No need to go into all these various words. Here's interesting. They have nigger, which I can say. They have the hand pass. Because you have people who will say that nigger means ignorant. Let's see, does it mean ignorant? People who try to say that anybody can be one. Is that true? This is the Webster's Dictionary. This is an old dictionary, not the oldest one. Typing in, let's see what we get. It says Webster's Dictionary, nigger, a Negro, in vulgar derision or depreciation. It is usually intended interpreted as highly insulting and vulgar. So this says it means a Negro. WordNet Dictionary, ethnic slur, offensive name for a black person. Only a black can call another black a nigga. Synonyms: jigaboo, nigga, nigra, coon, and spade. So nothing about nothing here about being ignorant. It just says it's an offensive term for a black person. Play around with this a little bit more. Let's see what we get here. So they don't have a 1913 for this. For Nigeria, they simply tell you that its republic in West Africa on the Gulf of Guinea gained independence from Britain in 1960. Most populous African country. Synonyms: Federal Republic of Nigeria. Again, nothing other than just the WordNet Dictionary. But for Niger or Niger, well, I guess I could read the dictionary, read the definition, just to be fair. It says Niger, an African river, flows into the South Atlantic. Synonyms: Niger River, Niger, a landlocked republic in West Africa, gained independence from France in 1960. Most of the country is dominated by the Sahara Desert. Synonyms: Republic of Niger or Niger. So that's all that says. What does African mean? Of or pertaining to African, of or pertaining to Africa. That's under A1. A native of Africa, also one ethnologically belonging to an African race. WordNet Dictionary, they say, see African American. African, a native or inhabitant of Africa. African, other relating to the nations of Africa or their peoples. African languages. So African American, put that in. African American.